Informative speech titled Nachos. There are many ways to make nachos besides the regular chips and cheese. Specific purpose. After my amazing speech, the audience will know the history of nachos and how to make a few different nachos. Thesis: the nacho born in the late 1940s in Pedros Negros, Mexico, its beginning may have been a little humble, but down through the years it has grown into the world's most favorite and famous snacks, or a whole meal. Some people will say. Co-ed magazine. Every year the nacho is celebrated in grand style at the International Nacho Fest in the place of his birth, Pedros Negros. Introduction: if I were to ask you how many ways is there to make nachos, you would probably say the main ones like chips and cheese or chips, queso, and meat. But I'm here to tell you now that there's seven weird ways to make nachos besides the original way, says Co-ed magazine. The nacho's legendary birth began almost by accident from the creative inspiration of Maestro de Ignacio Nacho Año. What begins as the quick fix for a few customers quickly grew into a popular snack that changed the course of culinary history. Nacho was working at a restaurant owned by Rudolph de los Santos at the Victory Club in Pedros Negros, just across the border from Eagle Pass, Texas. That's from Nacho Rules. Transition. Let's start with a little history behind the nacho. The nachos are a snack, and also can be a whole meal. The name of the snack, Enyo Jr. says, came from Finnan, who called the plate of cheese and chile top chips nacho especially. The name was later shortened to simply nachos. The nacho wasn't a main course of food until 1975 when Enyo died. In addition, Enyo Jr. claims ownership of the nacho. I talked quotes from Enyo. I talked to a lawyer in San Antonio. He said there's not much you can do after 17 years. It's a public domain, Enyo Jr. says. As a tribute to his father, Enyo Jr. serves as a judge for an annual nacho competition in Pedros Negros, me second weekend each October. Co-ed magazine. Their nachos are topped with everything from guacamole to cheese to sour cream. Pretty much anything you can put on there, it's a nacho. You making a nacho to caviar, and the original recipes with tortilla chips cut in triangles are fried in what she calls shortening, not oil. The fried chips are salted and then topped with yellow cheese. The chips are run under the broiler and then finally topped with a slice of jalapeno. Transition. Now that you know the history of the nacho, let's move on to how many ways you can make nachos and a few other recipes. There are 7 ways to make nachos according to Co-ed magazine. There are a few that I thought the audience would like, but I'm gonna name a few. The first one is rare that no one has probably heard of before unless you live in this country. Italy. Nachos came from Italy. Italian nachos are the first one. They are made with 4 pita bread rounds, half a cup marinara sauce, 1/4 of a cup grated Parmesan cheese, 1 can of 3.25 ounces canned sliced black olives, 1/4 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, 1 clove garlic mince, one cup of fresh basil leaves, 1 pound of ground beef, and 1 to 2 packets of diced pepperonis. That one sounded very interesting to me, and I think y'all might like that one too. Tuna melt nachos are kind of weird. That's what Co-ed magazine says, and they're from China, and it's made with 1 large box of 13-ounce of Triscuits, 2 cans of white tuna and water, 1 pound of shredded cheddar cheese, 1 can 12-ounce of sliced marinated jalapenos or fresh jalapenos sliced, 1 bottle of ketchup, one jar of mayonnaise, and one one glass of honey. There's a few There's a few nachos that I thought was weird that you might like and want to try. Transition in internal summary. I hope that you have found this information over the history of nacho and weird ways how to make some nachos that change as informative as I did. Conclusion: the next time when your kids of your or your wife thinks about making nachos, think about how many ways you can make them and see if you like them. Then think about think about how the nacho hasn't been around for that long and how its whole course instead of a snack. Or Mr. Anna will come get you. Haha, just kidding. He won't do that, but I hope you enjoyed the selection over nachos.